Hello, everyone, and welcome to Authentically You Magazine Radio. It's your girl, Nakia P. Evans. Listen, we are here another week highlighting amazing women, amazing men, doing awesome, sauce things in the world and ministry and business and so forth. As you know, this is what we do. Authentically You Magazine is all about empowering women, okay, empowering women to live authentically, okay? And in order for us to help that happen, our mission is to encourage and educate them on who they are in Christ so that they can live authentically in Him. That is what we're about. We are daddy's girls. You know, we live it up. We're walking it out, walking in our identity and doing what God has called us to do. And so I'm super excited because each week we get to highlight amazing women. We get to highlight even men, highlighting, our youth on what they're doing, not only in business and ministry and things like that, but just doing it in God because, hey, that's what we're about, right? So I'm excited to share with you our special guest for tonight. Her name is Kimberly Macklemore. I hope I pronounced that right because I said it like 10 times before, but I'm hoping that I pronounced that right. So what we're going to do is go ahead and bring Kimberly on. Hi, love. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? And you did perfectly fine with the last name. Believe me, much better than most people do. So we're good.
Well, awesome sauce. I am glad to know that. So first of all, thank you so much for, coming on and kicking it with us tonight. I greatly appreciate it. I'm excited to chat with you.
Same here. I've been looking forward to this opportunity, and getting a chance just to talk to you, period, has been, one of my main objections here in the last few weeks. So I know I've been driving you crazy with the email. So we're finally here.
Yes, ma'am. You're fine. So go ahead and tell our audience, give us a little bit of information about who you are.
All right. Well, as she said, my name is Kimberly Macklemore, and I am an author. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a podcast show host of my own show on iHeartRadio called Your Resource for Success podcast program. I'm also a 14-year military veteran, and I am the founder and CEO of the Women's Small Business Initiative. I currently reside here in Alexandria, Virginia. I'm originally from Davenport, Iowa, so I've been here for approximately 14 years now. Can't believe I've actually been here this long. So I'm a single mother. I have a son. I won't say he's a baby anymore. He's actually 30. So it goes to show you that I'm a little older, being that, I have a son that old. But, I'm originally from this area. And, I'm not originally from the area, but I've been living here for quite some time. I'm also a project manager and a senior consultant in my private world. Out at with an organization called Octo Consulting Group. So I have about 30 years of background in doing project management, senior consulting, management analyst type fields, as well as I've been in business ownership for more than 10 years, and then I have a degree in organizational management, a bachelor's. So that's a little bit of me right now.
Awesome sauce. I love it. Awesome. Okay, so you are a motivational speaker, and you said you also have a podcast show. Is that correct?
Yes, I do. I have my own podcast show on iHeartRadio, and it's called WSCI, Your Resource for Success podcast program, and I'm on every Thursday evening at 7 o'clock.
Oh, wow. And how long have you had your podcast?
This is my second year. I just got approved to be in iHeart in January, so I was real excited about that.
Okay, that's awesome. Anything dealing with radio, that's like part of my life, so I absolutely love that. And I love to hear other people, really use radio because radio is amazing. It really is. There's so many opportunities in it. So that is great. Now, as an author, I do have your bio. So you did author 2 books. I think that's amazing because, I'm an author as well, and being able to share stories or your life experience through books is so much.
Yes,
Tell us a little bit about your book.
Okay, well, basically, my current book is the memoir, Deception of the Heart. It's a real look into domestic violence. So, of course, it's a personal story of mine that happened tragically to me, in 2016. And so, it's been a few years. I take that back. It was back in 2011, so it's been about 7 years. But it took me 6 to 7 years to decide to bring the book out. I wrote the book as an opportunity to use it as a healing method for myself because of the things that I was going through and the things I had been through. So when I decided last year to actually bring the book out, it has really changed my life forever in a different way. But the main purpose of me wanting to bring it out was to be able to let people understand, and especially women, of course, that it's not about being a survivor. I kind of get frustrated when I hear people call me, oh, you're a survivor. No, I was surviving when I was in the tragedy. I'm way beyond that. I became my own hero because I decided that there was so much more better for me and that I did not deserve to be put in the predicament and the situation I was in. So I'm teaching women to understand that being an individual who's been a part of domestic violence and abuse is that you have to learn how to grow out of it and that you have to learn how to move forward, but you can't move forward if you continue looking through the rearview mirror and if you're continually utilizing that individual's name as a powerful piece of who you are. You got to stop living in the past. And so I try to get people to understand that we're much more than that. You need to understand how it affects the community. It affects your friends, your family, all the people that you're surrounded by on a daily basis. And, trying to hide who you are, it does not help. So there's a lot of different tools and resources that I provide by communicating and making women understand that we're so much bigger than who we are, and that when you allow a person to control your environment, these are the things that happen to you. And even though you may not be with them, still continually they will still hold on to that control if you don't know how to let go. And
okay,
go ahead.
Right, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You had a question?
Before we discuss the next book, I have to say that I love your perspective on that. I really do, because you're right. During the situation, we are surviving. We're still facing it, and we're still getting back up. We're still dealing and making it to another day. So I like that. I like that perspective because we had a guest on the show not too long ago, and she deals with domestic violence as well. But she was saying that she went from a survivor to a thriver. Now that she's no longer out, in that situation. Hey, she survived it, but now she's learning how to thrive. And so I love that, because we have to get to a place where we understand, it's more about just, hey, I survived it. I totally, I thank God that we've all survived it, because
right.
I hear mine, domestic violence as a college student. That was for me as a college student, and so I could never understand, someone else's pain or what they may, have went through. But we have to be in a place where we're saying, hey, I survived it, but this is what I'm going to do. It's time for me to live. I need to thrive. I need to grow. I need to do this instead of just, naming it and saying, hey, I'm a survivor. So I totally love the way that you look at that.
Right, and and a part of it, when people call you survivor, it's not that you want to be disrespectful about it, but it's a part of what the system has created for women. Once they realize that the domestic abuse was a huge problem, and of course this didn't really get identified to probably in the 80s, to the late 70s, early 80s, that it was even real. And so, the problem that people have, and even to this day when they have an October Domestic Violence Awareness Month, it's always just that same scenario. And it's like, when are we going to start talking about and teaching women how to move forward? And like the other woman saying, how to thrive, how to realize that you have a life beyond where you were. We are no longer surviving. We are way above and beyond that. And I don't see myself that way anymore. And I don't look at myself as a victim, and I don't want to be remembered as a victim, because I do know that I have been blessed, truly blessed, that God has allowed me to survive and to get past all this, to live, to tell these stories and make people understand that we are so much bigger within ourselves. But women have got to learn to love themselves, and, we can't continue to blame ourselves for what happened in the past. All we continue to do is move forward. And so that's a big part of my journey with this book, and even with preparing the Love Should Not Hurt tour that we're going to be doing late fall this year. So.
Okay, awesome. I like that. So, and what about your other book?
And the other book that I have is called How to Be a Success by Just Being You. I actually wrote this book back in 2008. And when I wrote this book in particular, I was talking about I'm trying to understand who I was. How do I become a success? What does society keep telling me? Do I have to constantly have to live in the words of what society tells us that how we are to be created and what that means to being successful? And I was doing that because during a time I had been let go of a particular job because I didn't have education. And it just really made me sit back and think about, who are you to define who I am? And so, of course, that was another opportunity for me to really engage within myself and reevaluate who I am and what I was doing and why was I being singled out as an individual of, hey, you just lost a six-figure-year job because you don't have a piece of education, but yet so you've been doing the job for umpteen years. So it was one of those situations where it's very crazy. But so I decided to create this book to teach people how to, like I said, to reevaluate who they are, to stop letting society define who you are, and what does success mean to you? What does it truly look like for you? So, when you decide that you want to become a business owner, is this really what you want? Or is it something else that you think you may need to do? So it's just really teaching people how to look within themselves. And then I provide certain steps to help you go through the process so that you can truly see at the end of the day, you know what, this is what I really want to be. It doesn't mean that I have to be what society tells me because, I went to college and I got this 4-year degree. Is it really what I want to do my job in, or is this really what I want to do as a business owner? So it's just, like I said, an opportunity to re-identify yourself, and it was a self-help opportunity for me to stop beating myself up about, how dare them, and how could I lose this, 6-figure-a-year job because they redefined who I was. And, so that's how that book became. But I recently had decided to take this book and revamp it a little bit more and bring it back out because I kind of sat on it after I had, got it published and so forth. And so now, I'm reinventing it so that people can utilize this tool, as I call it, for those who are aspiring, and they're looking to be a future, like I said, a business person or whatever they desire that they want to be. This book will help them get there.
Okay, awesome sauce. Just on hearing, you talk about what you're doing and looking at your bio, I do want to ask you, like, what motivates you to keep, to do everything that you're doing? Like, what is your motivation for this?
Well, a big part of my motivation is the fact that I just love helping people. I love seeing people live their dreams. I've been doing this for many years. Before I moved out here, I was running my own business for more than 10 years, and in the process of doing that, I actually had owned 2 licensed child care centers, and then I was training people how to do their own business plans. So just seeing people live their dreams is important to me, but I also come from a background of family where my father has been in business for more than 50 years himself. So it's been kind of embedded in me. So this is what I love to do the most, even though I still do work, and so forth. But it just is something that I feel that everybody has a passion. But a lot of times we don't know how to bring that passion out. I'm here to help them move that forward, and that's what motivates me every day.
Absolutely. I love that. Just the satisfaction of being able to help others is amazing. It really is. Because I have people that ask me, and I'm like, listen, if it wasn't for God, I don't know,
Mm-hmm. Right. As I said, something very unique about anybody, I think, who wants to be in business, because we know that normally when we're in business, we all believe that we can do it better than the next person, right? But at the same token, you can't do it without the people. So, knowing that we're all providing a service or a product for our customers or clients, or, all the people who are have any interest in what we're trying to accomplish, it just makes us feel good about what we're doing, and we're doing it for us. Every day, like I tell people, you can continue to live your dream for somebody else, and we all know, and we have to have a job in order to take care of our responsibilities. But we all understand that when we are working for others, we also realize that we are living their dreams for them. Mm-hmm. So why not do it for yourself?
Exactly. I like that. So with everything that you're doing, right,
mm-hmm.
when did you get to the place where, well, let me put it like this. Okay, so after you had that situation with the job, right, losing the
yes.
figure position, when did you decide your own success, or how you were going to go about that?
Well, what I did was after I had that situation, I did go ahead and finalize my degree after umpteen years of being I think it was out of high school, like more than 20 years. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to get this degree and I'm going to prove to myself and to everybody that I'm worthy. But what I realized after I had did it, I knew I didn't need the degree because I was already doing the work and I already, had made the accomplishments I wanted to accomplish. But then since I had been so new within this area, I really needed to ensure that I could continue to take care of my responsibilities as a mother, and take care of my son while he was also in college. So ironically, we both ended up being in college at the same time and ended up graduating within 3 months from each other. So it was a great experience for me. But at the same time, I've always, in the back of my mind and in my heart, I knew that, constantly working for somebody, it was not my dream, and even though I still to this day assist that because, obviously it helps with my responsibilities as my business is continuing to grow here because once I moved to this area, I actually had to revamp my business all over again. So, it's taken me some years to understand what I really want to do, but I knew that I was not going to allow somebody to define what the success looked like to me because I always known that I'm a successful person, but it's what I had to put into it in order to make that happen because we need to understand as human beings we're only responsible for ourselves. We cannot always consistently hang on to others to help us grow and define who we are. So I just decided that, hey, I'm going to go to school. I think I had to go for like 18 months, to get my degree because I had so much background. And then I had taken some classes years prior to that, so I got credit for everything, so it was great. Moved forward, got my degree. As a matter of fact, I was the top 4% of my class. So, it all worked out. And, and I always realized things happen for a reason. And so I had to, I quit beating myself up about it. I just moved forward. I never looked back. And I've just been moving forward ever since.
Awesome. And that's what it's about. I like that, being able to define your own success, because everyone has their own, perspective of success. Society says, hey, this is what you have to be or you have to do this in order to be successful,
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I loved is that I was always the out-of-box thinker, and so it was more like I don't want to do it the way society tells me to do it. I'm going to do it the way that I want to. I haven't been in business long, and I'm still learning, and I don't work a job because I was
Mm-hmm.
like, that's not what I want to do. So everything that I do is just strictly business. But I love the fact that, God has blessed me where I can still learn and learn to grow, even if it's a failure or, even if something doesn't work out right. And so it's the experience and just being able to, be able to have, some control over how you decide to live your life. So I love it. I really do.
Right, exactly. And then like I try to make people understand too, of course, being that we're in business and, I always applaud anyone who, walks away from their job and can come out here and just start doing their business. I think that's amazing. But like I said, everybody's very different. Everybody has their own story of what they need to do. And, I always make sure that I recommend to people, hey, use as many income streams that you can. And then when you are truly prepared to make that walk, you will be prepared. Because like you said, everything is a constant learning lesson being in business. And we all know the first few years you're really not going to make a ton of money. So, you always want to be prepared. And like I said, everybody's situation, there's some people are married, some people are single. I call myself a solopreneur because I'm doing it all regardless. And, I just think that anybody who can step out on faith, no matter whether they are full-time, or doing it part-time, whatever it is that they're doing, as long as they're happy, that's what I think is most important.
Absolutely. That it is. So what is your plan for the rest of 2018? Like, what are you planning as far as taking your business, or are you planning to perhaps, author some more books or anything?
I am, and as a matter of fact, I'm working on my next book, my third book, and hopefully that will be out in the fall. Got a few more chapters left to do. I'm not gonna say the name because then that steals the thunder. So, And everyone's like, well, what is that book? They're like, what are you working on now? I am working on one. So that will hopefully be out this year. And then I've got so many other things going on in between starting the book tour. And because we had the 2 book signings in March, we want to keep the momentum going. And so currently I have other book signings and readings coming up towards fall time and into the winter time. So I've got that going on. And because I still focus a lot on business, I'm doing some collaborations with the U.S. Census Bureau. So I'm real excited about that. We have a great live webinar coming up in June. So I'm really excited about that. So everybody keep your eyes open for that. And then I've got, I'll be doing a Deposit Your Dreams into Success workshop. We're calling it Part 2. Because I'm a part of another group here in the area called the DMV Mastermind Group, and I'm one of their senior VP operations for that group. And so we have a major event going on at the Microsoft store in Tysons, and that's going to be in July. And then I'm also, because I am an author, I am going to teach people how to self-publish their own workshop. And I'm doing their own workshop and doing their own books, so I will be doing that as well in August, and that's going to be also at the Microsoft store. So, I've really got a lot on my plate and a few other things happening this month as well as the rest of the year. So, it's just going to be a busy rest of the year, very, very busy rest of the year. I'm very thankful for my team that I have that works with me on a regular basis.
Absolutely. Awesome sauce. That's awesome. And you're doing amazing things. You're very busy, but definitely doing a lot, and that's most important, that you're doing it and then you're enjoying it as well. So that's great. So tell our audience, how they can connect with you, if they have any questions or, just want to follow up with you or connect with you on social media.
Well, sure. Of course, I'm on all platforms. I've got the Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I have a YouTube channel, and all of them are based off of the Women's Small Business Initiative. So they're all WSBI LLC. So if you just look up the Women's Small Business Initiative, or if you just say WSBI LLC, you should be able to find me on Facebook there. Also, you can find my author page on Facebook, which is Kimberly M. McLemore is the author page. And also, if you want to go directly into the website, you can go 2 different directions. I have a membership on my website, so you can go through www.sbilc.ning, that's NING.com, or you can go through www.sbilc.com, which directly goes into the actual website itself. And then also, if you want to email me, you can reach out to me at Kimberly@WSBILLC.com. But if you also would like to set up interviews, speaking engagements, and book signings, you can also reach out to my manager and director of engagement, who is Ms. Tanja White, and you can email her through tw.wsbi@gmail.com. So that's how you can get a hold of us.
Okay, awesome sauce. Awesome. All right, so Kimberly, I definitely want to say thank you so much for coming and chatting with us. It's lovely getting to know you and getting to know everything that you're doing. And I'm excited because, to our audience, I'm excited because she's going to be featured in our May issue that is going to be releasing in the next couple of weeks, okay? So you'll be able to hear more about her, okay? So that is awesome. So, Kimberly, thank you so very much.
Well, I want to say thank you for having me on your show and giving me this opportunity, and I'm really looking forward to being featured in your May issue as well. I'm so excited about it. I've already been telling everybody. So, again, thank you for the time.
Not a problem. You are most welcome. To my audience, you already know what it is. Make sure that you connect with us on Facebook, Authentically You Magazine, okay? You can connect with us on Instagram at authentic_the_U_mag, okay? And listen, make sure that you connect because you're going to see more of Kimberly's information, okay? So there's no excuse of why you can't connect or, get in touch with her, okay? So you'll have that information on our page as we continue to, ramp up and get all excited for our May issue, which will be coming out on the 25th of May, okay? Listen, I still have a couple of, slots left if you're interested. So if anyone out there and you're interested in being featured, the deadline is approaching, okay? But If you're interested, definitely reach out to me, okay? You can connect with, like I said, on the Facebook page, Authentically You Magazine, or reach me through email, admin, okay, at authenticallyoumagazine.com, all right? If you would like to be featured on our show, you can do the exact same thing, okay? Same contact information, and just reach out, and we will definitely schedule you for an interview, all right? So, listen, I am excited, okay? So, listen, make sure that you connect. Make sure you stay tuned in. Make sure that you're doing all of these things that we do every single week because we have more amazing women that we are going to be highlighting. So I'm super amped about our interview for next week, and you'll know more about that later, okay? But I'm super excited about that and everything that we are doing, okay? So what I'm going to say to you, you already know it is that time, all right? But listen, make sure that no matter what is happening in your life, okay, no matter what is going on, that you continue to be who God has created you to be. And I definitely understand that sometimes, it's hard to see that. It's hard to kind of walk it out. But one thing I tell my ladies is that, hey, you have to walk it out. It's not enough just talking about it, but you got to be able to walk it out. Walk in who He called you to be. Walk in your identity, okay? And never forget to be uniquely you, all right? I love y'all. I appreciate you, and I will see you or hear from you next Thursday night on Authentically You Magazine Radio. Again, Kimberly, thank you so much, and everyone, have a great night.
Thank you.